A unique 4-grain recipe. Smooth up front with a little Kentucky kiss on the back. This is a bourbon for all of life's moments and celebrations. Available across the United States. We give back to those who wore the uniform and serve our communities.
The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Preserving history, one veteran story at a time. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. We're going to have one heck of a fireside chat for you tonight. I'm super excited about it. We have a special guest, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. I don't really want to right this second, but anyway, he'll be on here in a little bit. It'll be a good time. But if you guys out there enjoy the podcast, then please, there's a couple ways you can help support us. There's go to the website, and you can click the one-time donation. You can become a patron with a monthly donation. Heck, you can go purchase some gear, or you can advertise right here on the podcast. And I didn't say it, but I'll say it now. The website is thelostart.podbean.com. I didn't do it in order, and it messed me up. So I apologize. Let's see. Big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project, man. They're out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, you need to go check them out. Even if you do know something, go back and check them out again, because they're always doing new things. So please go support them as best you can. But you can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
All right, here we are, man. I've got everybody here. This is some good stuff. I also have our special guest here. If you haven't heard of Four Branches Bourbon, and I've been putting them on the front of the podcast and stuff like that here the last couple of weeks. So surely you've heard of them if you listen to the podcast. But here is Rick. Rick is a Marine veteran who is one of four co-founders for the bourbon company. But he's our special guest. So Rick, how you doing today?
Hey, AJ, doing great, man. Appreciate having me on and getting the word out about what we're doing out here with Four Branches Bourbon.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get into it and hear everything. So I'm going to go ahead and go round robin real quick. Hit everybody. Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Just getting ready for our ball on Sunday, and picked up my outfit today and just ready.
Nice. So you're ready for the 250 birthday ball. It's right around the corner.
Plus, I'm going to get to see my buddy for the first time in 37 years. So
no kidding.
Yeah, we served together that long ago.
Holy cow. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Andrew. I can't complain. It's been a good week. Yeah, it's been a good week.
Very nice. I like it. All right, Mark, how's everything out there in sunny Southern California?
Well, except for the politicians, and prices, this is just, it's so beautiful out here. I tell you, it's about like 82 degrees, maybe, crystal clear, light breeze. It's just heaven on earth.
I don't even know how you survive.
Except for those other things.
Yeah. Except for that. Yeah. I don't know how you survive out there. I'm going to be honest with you. It's got to be tough. Yeah. I see it. Yeah. Well, shoot, let's jump into this. Rick, welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm excited. I saw you guys online. I don't even know how I came across it, to be completely honest. It might have been on Facebook or something of that nature, but I saw it and I was like, man, I really like what these guys are doing. I like their mission. And so I reached out to you, and you were gracious enough to come on the podcast, and also gracious enough to send me a bottle of bourbon. I do appreciate it, and it is fantastic, by the way. So thank you for that. But Rick, how about you tell us a little bit about you before we jump into the company, if you don't mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, so I was a Marine. I started as an enlisted Marine, Sergeant Major. So I figured out what it was like to be a private and then get to Lance Corporal. And then went and got my commission. I went to Virginia Military Institute, where I became a commissioned infantry officer after graduating. Yes, did about combined total probably just around 12 years.
Okay.
Active time and reserve time on the front and back end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to work for a little company out of Northern Virginia with 3 letters. So worked for them as a contractor for about 12 years. 12 years on, a little broken time in there. And that's really where Four Branches came from, right? That's the origins of how Four Branches got started, because it was those voices in your head, which I tell most people, guys, if you hear voices in your head, probably not a good idea to listen to most of them, but every now and then one will ring true. And that's kind of how the band came to life.
I love it. I love it. Now, if you don't mind, so you have 4 veterans get together. They talk about this. It's kind of spitballing and stuff, and then you come up with this idea. But what's unique is it's 4 separate services, which is fantastic. Right. Yeah. And
to your point, AJ, so I started it as the Marine of the group, and then I called my other co-founder, Mike, who's our Air Force and CIA rep. That's what I was in as well. So called him and we started chatting. And then I joke all the time, and I love our Navy rep, because I say everybody needs a Navy SEAL these days. So Harold was a command master chief in the teams. Spent 33 plus years in the teams. One of the finest human beings I've ever worked with. And a mutual friend put us in touch with RJ, who affectionately I call the underachiever, because he started as a Green Beret, and then at age 39 he went and took the Air Force Pararescue Selection Test, the PJ test, and he holds he holds the record in the Air Force for being the oldest person ever to pass it at 39.
Wow! In military years, that's ancient, right?
That might, that's the wagon train ancient, right there.
Exactly.
So
sorry, Mark. I apologize.
I wasn't going to go down that. I wasn't going on that road, Mark. I haven't met you yet, personally. We haven't shared a drink.
Good.
So that's how we started it, and then it, you got 4 knuckle draggers, because we're all in combat arms, that didn't know a thing about how to do this. Right? You want us to set an L-shaped ambush. You want us to, call in, JDAMs. We can do all that stuff, do renditions. We can do that all day long in our sleep. That was our careers. Right. But when it came to actually doing a business, this was all new. Maybe still the hardest thing that I think we've ever done.
Oh, wow. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So like how did you guys initially get started in it? Like, what did you what was the format for you guys?
So great question, man. And we really relied a lot on our military career and our training, right? Especially, I can't speak for the other branches, but I can speak for the Marines, right? We adapt, we overcome, we do more with less. We don't have all the fancy tools and toys, but it really came down to kind of taking what I'd learned from the leadership principles of being a Marine, and then attacking it like a battle plan. We all did. Like, okay, hey, if we don't know what to do. Let's go find the people, the subject matter experts who do know what to do.
Right.
And let's reach out to them, explain who we are, maybe get a little bit, an ounce of sympathy for like, hey, we're four pets trying to do something. We have no idea how to do. And we picked a business that is the most, besides firearms, it is the most regulated after firearms.
No kidding.
So yeah, it's extremely complicated. So it wasn't like, hey, let's go make widgets and do that, or let's do something we're comfortable with. We're completely out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
But it boiled down to creating a kind of a battle plan using what we had learned. And that's why I tell guys all the time, like, hey, if you're going to start a business, you already have all the tools and training. You don't need an MBA, right? You can learn that stuff, but you have the core foundation from your military time.
Yeah.
Of discipline and finding. And really it all started with some cold calls, like not being scared to pick up the phone and say, shit, I'm going to call this guy, see if he'll talk to me.
Yeah.
I did that 2 or 3 times till, it took us probably 2 months to get somebody at a distillery to call us back.
Wow.
And luckily that the guy who called me back was an Army veteran. So instantly played the bro vet card with each other. And he's like, he's like, hey man, why don't you call these numbers? I wrote them down. I remember I was at the airport parking lot waiting for my in-laws to come in.
Nice.
I finally caught a break. Called one number. It was out of service. Called the next number. A gentleman by the name of Jeff Hotmayer picked up. And Jeff was the owner of Brindiamo Group, which was the largest bourbon broker in the world.
Yeah.
Ironically based out of Nashville. Now Jeff has become not only did he pick up the phone, so I'm telling him who we are. Hey, this is what we're doing. This, we think we have this amazing idea, right? We come from the world of compartmentalized information, right? Don't want you to know what I'm doing because it's all this and that. And I won't ever forget this. I was like, hey, I got this great idea, but I'm going to need you to sign an NDA. and he's on the other line and just like, yeah, I don't do NDAs, so we're good. And I quickly said, you know what? Today we don't do NDAs either.
Good on you.
Yeah, and so he invited us to his house. Mike flew in. We went to his house. I mean, he didn't know. He never met us. Invited us into his house for 2 hours. We talked. He tried to talk us out of it for 2 hours, but
no kidding. Wow.
Being a Marine, I was just too hard-headed, too dumb, too stubborn to say no. And here we are 3 years later. Jeff is now an advisor and an investor in the company. He believed in us that much.
Wow. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then now when did you initially start making bourbon? When was that?
So something to clear up. So right now, I guess officially we started making bourbon like this past year, but we started, and you'll find this with most, a little education here, most craft distillers, and we are what's called a non-producing distiller, right? I'm going to use the adage, do you guys own a boat or do you have a friend that owns a boat?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right. So do you own a distillery or do you have a friend that owns a distillery?
Yeah.
We went the friend with a distillery route. And so we partnered with Bardstown Bourbon Company, where we actually lay down our mash bill now, and we bottle and blend with them. We've been doing that since we started. We officially became a business in 23.
Okay.
When we launched. So what we had to do is we had to source barrels, right? We sourced different barrels, went out hunting for the barrels, but it is the blend of the whiskey or the bourbon that's in the bottle that's kind of proprietary to us.
Okay.
Right. It's our ratios, our proportions that created really what I'll call lightning in a bottle right now with our Founders Blend.
Yeah. And now, and what was unique that if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but 4 different grains for the 4 branches.
That's correct. Right. So when we went to Bardstown, you got 4 type A guys, right? You try and imagine getting us all to agree on something. Right? So we're at Bardstown. We're up in the, kind of a funny story. We're up in the lab, and we're with the distiller and the blending guys, and we're, sipping, high rye, low rye. We're kind of going through it, right? Trying to figure out, and each one of us taking a sip. Well, I like this. No, I like that. And then they said, hey guys, Steve Nally is going to come through. And we're like, okay, Steve who? Well, Steve Nally is the master distiller for Bardstown. But before that, he was 30 plus, maybe 30 plus years master distiller at Maker's Mark.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
And then High West, and then Bardstown. And they're like, Steve just going to come in. He likes to say hello to the clients. And then he's going to pop in and say, hey, thank us for being there and leave. Well, we must have been jacking around like jacklegs in there, goofing with each other. And he walked in and he's like, who are you guys? What are you doing? And we kind of said, hey, this is who we are, and a little bit of our background, what we're trying to do. And he looked at his assistant that was with him. He's like, clear the schedule. He looked at us, and Steve's about 6'4", tall, lean, and is got to be in his late, probably 70s, and he's in a crisp white button-down shirt, jeans, boots, looks at us, undoes his cuffs, rolls his sleeves up and says, boys, let's make some bourbon.
Wow.
And so 2 hours later, we came out with Founder's Blend, but probably an hour and a half into it, he holds up, I wish I had a little something. He holds up it's like a thimble of bourbon, because he was, he's like, hey, you guys are four branches of the military. Why don't we add a fourth grain? So it was really his idea that sparked us to be like, hey, let's add wheat to it, because it's not very common. In fact, it's probably less than 5% of bourbon is 4 grain.
No kidding.
Yeah. And we're like, well, that's great, because then we can play on the different grains as we do different releases down the line in the years to come. And so, they go get the wheat, they're blending, they're mixing, and they come up with this like shot, right? And the 4 of us are standing in line. We have it on film. It's priceless. And they hand it to Harold, the Navy SEAL. He looks at it, smells it, and we're lined up, right? Like this. We are lined up. I'm right next to him. And then Steve and them are sitting across from us at the table, and Harold goes, downs the whole thing.
Oh, no.
Steve's eyes got the size of saucers. I look at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And he looks at us. He's like, guys, that's really good. Because that's amazing. And we looked at him like, damn it, Harold, we wouldn't know. So that's our new shirt that's coming out for him. Damn it, Harold.
That's awesome.
So then they had to go back, get more, pull some more bourbon and do it again.
So they had to make it all over again, right?
Start from scratch again.
Well, hopefully you eventually got to taste it,
We did. It was finally like, thank God. But, I mean, just the fact that he was like, guys, that's really good. You should try it. We'd love to, man.
Oh, my God.
Everyone needs a Navy SEAL.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And, you're not lying. Good on him for taking the shot, to be honest with you. It is good. It's that good. I would throw everybody under the bus too. So,
yeah.
Well, man.
I'll make sure we get you a bottle of our birthday, our honor to the Marine Corps and the Army and the Navy.
Okay.
That's actually that's what this is. That's a Continental.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So
nice.
Continental started out for the Continental Army, Continental Navy, Continental Marines.
Yeah.
250 celebration.
That is awesome. Yeah, 250. Hey, Rick, I just wanted to say you're looking pretty good for 250.
You know what? You are too, AJ.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know about these other guys, though. I don't know if they look like they're struggling.
Yeah. We age timeless.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Well, let's see. Now, where are you based out of? Tennessee?
We are. So we're based out of here. This is headquarters. You're looking at it, part of it anyway. Based out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's where I live. as close to Kentucky. But we do everything like
where else you make good bourbon but in Tennessee?
Yeah. So but we do everything in Kentucky, right? All our barrels are in Kentucky. We bottle it. Everything is laid up in Bardstown in Kentucky right now.
Okay. That's up in Bourbon County, I'm assuming?
No, Bardstown is I think it's Nelson County.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I always thought it would be cool to live in Bourbon County.
Bourbon County, yeah. Probably would be.
Just once. Even if I lived there for a couple of days, I'm okay with it. I can say I lived in Bourbon County. So
have you done the Bourbon Trail?
I have not. No. No. I went there with the family. We were going through there, and we got to go see the horses and take the tours and do the stuff like that. But we didn't hit the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah,
so
it's a good time, but you might need a couple of days to make it through it.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to have somebody else driving. That will be a staple for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've tried, but my wife said no. I don't think so.
We're gonna have to make it a guys trip. We'll do it. We'll just all of us go do it. You know.
Well,
there
we go.
A plan.
It's not too far for Jim to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. What else would you like people to know about the company and those types of things? I know I have the website as well.
For sure, AJ. I'll tell you the biggest thing for everybody listening here and social media, podcast land is that we're more than just a bourbon company, right? Bless those other companies, but what I tell people is we live what's in the bottle, and the biggest thing is that we're changing the message as it relates to our veteran, military, and first responder community, right? And that is really that's the core of our company, and that message is, and we can get into the whole backstory on another time of how it all came about. But the message is, and is that everybody right here, we all served our country.
Right.
But we do believe, and I believe, that everybody serves the community. Right. So we say on every bottle, serve honorably. It's on the back of every bottle. A little bit of a double entendre too, for when you pour it, we want it served honorably. Then we say drink honorably. That's not drink responsibly. That's a different message. And that's an important message. Been around for a long time. Yeah. But for us, drink honorably, what we want it to mean, and what I want the listeners to know is that, look, I'm going to use it in the military-centric term, but I'll expand it to our first responders. So if you're the last warrior from whatever branch you're in to come home from downrange, if you're the last law enforcement officer to come out of a bad domestic, or a firefighter out of a building, or whatever it may be in that response, do not dishonor the memories of the men and women that didn't come home. We are here. But more importantly, I ask and really implore, don't dishonor your own memory, right? We see the numbers every day, right? And so that's why we say, look, we've been there. We ask that you quit drinking to forget, and we want you to sip to remember. And that's the message, right? And it's more than just sipping to remember those that didn't come home. Let's sip to remember the good times, the things we have to be grateful for. Absolutely. I mean, that's you're going to see a brother that you haven't seen in 37 years. That's a moment to sip to remember.
Absolutely.
A wedding, a retirement, change of command. Pick your moment. That is a sip to remember. We will always remember those that didn't come back. And AJ, thank God you're doing the Lost Voices. We will remember those. And those are what Sip to Remembers are for. And that's really who we are. So we take a lot, we take it personally, and we're passionate about it. We also give back to our communities. And that's the veteran, military, first responder communities. We give back 4% of our gross. And then we donate a lot of those bottles right there. They're sitting on your desk. That have gone to different auctions, and in just over 2 years, those bottles have auctioned off for over $500,000.
Wow.
Wow. Holy
Right?
cow.
I mean, as a Marine, I I'm humbled by it, but I take a lot of pride in that too. God bless the other stuff that's out there, but I don't, they're not, those bottles aren't selling for $26,000 at an auction, or 18,000 or 66,000, which we've had.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's a message. Thank you. It's the message though, right? It's the message. Obviously it's the right room. And it's all proportion. It's all proportionate to people's pocketbooks. But it's the message. And that's why I think people connect with us, because of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Like I said, that was one of the first things that I noticed about you guys, and your mission and what you were doing and what you represented. That's the first thing that drew me to you. And I was like, man, I got to contact these guys. They're right up my alley. So it was pretty cool. And not only are you guys pretty cool, but you're very nice too, because you actually responded and said hi and, that type of thing. And many a times that doesn't happen. So, but thank you for that.
No, of course, man. I mean, we the only ones I don't respond to are the AI generated, hey, we can help you. We can help you get, 10,000 likes, or we can finance you. I literally hit delete on those. But if we make it a point. I make it a point. If someone reaches out to us, we respond to every. We may miss one or two, and we don't mean to, but we respond to every inquiry that comes in.
That's awesome.
Personally.
Well, now does any of you, the website, it's fourbranches.com, correct?
That's right. Yep.
All right. I got it right down there. I was just making sure I got it. But in case anybody is wanting some, fourbranches.com, where all can they get it? And, how do they go about purchasing?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are in 7 traditional markets, everyone. So if you live in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, you can go to your local liquor stores and buy it, or a restaurant, order a Four Branches if it's in there. We're in Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Arizona. So those are what I call the brick and mortar traditional states. Like go to a Total Wine, go to an ABC store and get it. And then we're in 41 states online through our direct to consumer, which you can buy on Four Branches. .com. And we have a couple specials coming up for everybody for Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday. Of course, we'll be running a special. So if you go and sign up, you'll be able to get that alert, right? Go to fourbranches.com, go sign up for the newsletter. It'll come out. And then if you're a Marine, I want to tell every Marine out there, get a bottle of this, guys. This is the one and only, the Continental. We do one limited release a year. This is it. And this was
nice.
For the Marines, for the Army, and for the Navy. But as a Marine, I'm a little biased. So, hey, get it before the birthday ball.
Yeah. Yeah. We all have to be biased a little bit, So, and I there's nothing wrong with it, Rick. Don't worry about it.
No, I love it. We just had our ball here in Nashville last weekend.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very cool. Well, Mark, Mike, Jim, you guys got any questions or anything you want to ask Rick?
No, but I'll be purchasing a bottle for our next year's Nice Guy charity auction. Rick, I'm involved in a charity here in San Diego called the Nice Guys, and we have a charity auction once a year, and that would definitely be a good auction item, I think, because there's our members. We have members of every service in our organization, so
excellent.
I think that'll be a good donation for me to give to the auction.
Yeah, Mark, reach out to me after the podcast. We'll get some other stuff for you.
Okay, sounds great.
Are you as far as buying it, are you able to ship it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what happens is when you go to fourbranches.com, you can go buy now, and what it does, it actually goes to our online distributor, because legally we can't ship it as a producer, but it goes to our retailer who can ship for us. It looks like you're on a Four Branches website, right? You just pass through.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know a lot of places say they can't ship. I know going up to Knoxville, where my daughter lives, and we're up in that area where Jim's at, You know, I've gone to whiskey places and I'm like, you guys able to ship? And they're like, no, we can't ship.
So they can't ship out of Tennessee, but see, our retailer is based out of DC.
I got you. Yeah.
So Washington,
Yeah.
DC.
That makes sense.
Everywhere.
Absolutely. I got you.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That's why actually most of your online shipping comes out of DC.
no kidding.
Yep.
That's pretty interesting. I had no idea. And now is DC one of the only states that does that? Like, are there any states that do it?
DC's not a state.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So DC, since it's a district, the alcohol laws and DC are the most alcohol friendly for producers, for guys like us, little guys like us. So a lot of things can be shipped out of there. Like I told you, the alcohol industry, and we can get into it on another podcast. It's one of the most complicated industries out there. Every state's different. Every law is different. It's a beast. I used to joke it was easier sometimes just to be deployed than it was to do this.
I can see that. Oh man, that's awesome. I love it. Now, do you guys have a brick and mortar store like there close by to you, or?
We don't. I mean, in the a little peek behind the curtain, what we're talking about, and what we hope we can make come to fruition in the near future, is a tasting room.
Okay.
I don't think we'll ever build a distillery, especially now if you look at the alcohol industry and the state of where it's at in the industry right now. It would make absolutely financial zero sense to do that. Plus, we don't have 50 to 100 million lying around to build one.
It's a good point. Yeah.
So we're thinking probably a tasting room is conceptually it's what we would like to do, because then people can come and taste the different expressions, and then see merchandise, and then just like a really cool experience from our backgrounds, which I think would be very, very unique, and it would be it'd just be a really unique place to kind of hang out and go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you may have already said, but where would you want to do that?
So, I mean, we've in talks. It would probably what would make the most sense for kind of our communities would be the East Coast, probably Virginia or DC, right? So two of us coming out of the CIA, and then Naval Special Warfare, and then RJ with the Army. That whole East Coast corridor makes a lot of sense for us.
Yeah. Very nice.
I'm looking at your website right now. I like that military grade Manhattan. I like that.
That's a good one. Hey, our favorite, my personal favorite, is the Quiet Professional. Right? So
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it is. There's two that are my absolute all-time favorites on the recipes. The Quiet Professional is our take of an old-fashioned. However, we use instead of orange, we use lemon, and we use amaretto, Di Serrano, and maple syrup. And this time of year, when it's getting cool, it's dynamite.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then for the summer months, the Tempest, which is our bourbon, lemon juice, a dash of maple, and ginger ale. And that is a porch pounder. You got to be careful with that one.
And then the mess hall old fashioned. That's
right. Yeah, we've had fun with the names. We take traditional cocktails and put a little riff on them.
Very nice.
Now, what Mark's going to ask is, can you substitute Jameson for all that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Mark and I are both Irish, so we both asked the same question. So I just asked it ahead of Mark, but
we may have a little something Irish coming out in the next couple of years. So stand by for it. We've got a really kind of a new project that'll be coming out that does contain Irish whiskey.
Oh man, look at that!
Our Irish compadres are excited. War.
So it should be pretty interesting once we finish putting it together in the next year or two.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Mark?
Said there's the Irish Brigade during the Civil War, but a large majority of the Revolutionary Army was Irish immigrants.
Interesting.
And then you had an Irish brigade out of New York in World War II.
The Fighting 69th. Yeah.
That's right. Do you know who was in that one?
No.
One of the most decorated officers in the military.
Oh.
Little trivia. Actually, I think he has all five. He had all five. William Donovan.
Huh.
William who?
William Donovan.
Ah.
William Donovan, father of Special Forces, creator of the OSS.
Oh.
Yeah. He was in the Fighting 69th.
No kidding. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
They were big in the World War II, also the Fighting 69th.
World War I, World War II.
And
No
Civil
kidding.
War.
Yep.
Wow.
No, I'm married to a good Irish lady. So, but, we do bourbon now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And why
it's
would
called
you
bourbon, not whiskey?
That's right. Well, all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Now tell us from your guys' perspective, what is the difference? Like for any listeners that might not know, what is the difference?
Sure. So from a legal definition, right, and this is actually how you're legally classified in the United States, to be a bourbon and not a whiskey. Well, it is all whiskey, but to be a bourbon, it has to be 51% corn in the mash bill at a minimum. It has to be in new American charred white oak barrels. It has to go in at an entry of, I believe, don't hold me to this because this is the part I get fuzzy on. I think it can't go in hotter than 150, and it can't come out less than 80. But the two key discriminators are, it has to be 51% corn in the mash bill, and it has to be in a new American white oak. And bourbon can be made in any of the 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
Right, to be bourbon, but bourbon can only be made in America. You could do the same thing in Canada, but you can't call it bourbon. You could make it in Mexico or in Scotland, but you can't call it bourbon. It can only be called bourbon if it's in the United States, and it can only be called Kentucky if it's in Kentucky. Just like if I make it in Texas, I can't call it Kentucky bourbon. It has to be Texas bourbon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had this conversation on a cruise a couple of years ago, and we went to Ireland, went to England, and did a cruise around Ireland. And yes, Mark, I had many of Irish whiskey, and I kept asking for bourbon, and they're like,
Huh?
Yeah,
what's bourbon?
They're like,
it's
whiskey.
Likely.
It's whiskey. But, even then, and even in, like England, it's what they call whiskey in Scotland is what they call whiskey is Scotch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I won't lie to you. I didn't realize. And, it wasn't until I was on that cruise and I had somebody sit there and educate me, and they're like, hey, you do realize the United States? And I was like, well, I knew there was regulations. And they're like, so you come over here and you insult us by asking for bourbon. And I was like, they're like, and you claim you're Irish. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But, they educated me. They were like, yeah, over here, it's Scotch and there's whiskey, but in the United States, it is actually it's bourbon, and it's regional on what you can call it.
That's right. It's regional.
And when we got back home, I got on my damn phone. I was like sitting there. I looked it up. I was like, holy shit, I'm an ignorant ass. I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's Kentucky bourbon. There's go ahead.
The Scottish, and so Scotch whiskey, what they fail to tell you is that like 90, I'm saying 90%, but let me back up. X%, and it's a large number, is all made with American whiskey, American bourbon barrels. Because they can the bourbon industry ships their used barrels to Scotland.
Yeah, that was actually one thing that was told to me. It was like, it was on a cruise for around Ireland, but they were on vacation, as they called it, from Scotland, and they were like, yeah, but the funny thing is all of our Scotch is brewed in your freaking barrels.
Yep, that's right.
And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, all your barrels get sent over here. Yeah, they do their, however they, dry stuff and they're, make their mash or whatever. But they're like, all of your barrels get imported from the United States.
Yeah.
That's what we use. And I was like,
well, you think about it, we have a lot more trees.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A lot more white oaks. So to be whiskey, you can just reuse the same barrel. Like if we create a American single malt, and whiskey is a one grain spirit. Like Scotch is one grain. Bourbon is a 3 or 4 grain.
Interesting. Okay. So you could reuse your barrels for whiskey and make it 1 grain.
We could.
And it would be fine.
Yeah, we could.
But that's one thing I never understood. Like Scotch, it's like several malt, what is it? Several different blends to make.
Well, you can do a single malt, which is what most Scotch is, or they can do a blended whiskey when they're taking a couple different single malts and mixing them.
And that's no different over here, but they're dumping it out and then mixing it. But that was a big thing. They were like, yeah, your barrels make better whiskey than ours do. And I was like, huh?
We got better wood.
Well, that's the big thing is they don't have that. They don't have the timber over there.
Where's that wood from, you said?
So this is a cool company that just they support us, Artisan Oak, and they'll make this is like a Glencairn out of wood.
Wow.
And they char the inside and they decide to put our logos on it. They also make a tumbler, but I was like, but it tastes really good out of this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I was like, tonight I'm going to use this one.
Yeah.
Can I have your favorite whiskey mugs or whiskey glasses?
I like it. You have that glass from Bellawood.
Yeah. Well, you have it now, don't you? Who has it?
Yeah.
You got it now. Or did you auction that off, or did you keep that one?
No, I'm that one I'm keeping.
Okay. Yeah. I had a wine glass from Bellawood when we went over there and performed over there. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. But now Jim has it.
Get to.
What's that?
I'd like to get to Bellawoods and Normandy. Take my kids to see both.
Yeah. It is awesome. When you're standing in the wheat fields and you're looking around and you look how far the Marines had to charge across those wheat fields into the woods. I mean, it's breathtaking. It really is. I mean, it's amazing. And I don't know, pictures don't do it justice.
Yeah. It's on the bucket list to get to.
Yeah. Well, when you get ready to go, let me know. I know a couple guys that give tours and stuff over there. So
100% for sure, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, shoot, we're talking about Marine Corps stuff now. So we have the birthday coming up, right? I'm very excited. You just went to a ball. Jim's going to go to a ball. Now, Mark, are you going to one of the balls out there?
I'm going to the first Mardiv ball tomorrow night, and then MCRD's ball on the 22nd.
Oh, okay. Hitting 2. Dang. All right. I like it. Cool. And Mike, are you going to anything?
No, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to anything this year.
Yeah, I'm not going into anything either. But I am going to have the podcast on Sunday night, and we're going to just celebrate the birthday. Have a good time. So it'll be fun.
Who's going to be the oldest on the podcast?
Well, that depends on who is here. For the Mark, are you the oldest?
Of this group, I think.
I'll just say I'm 52, so
I'm just 57.
Okay.
61.
61.
So Mark
wins.
Yeah.
Mark wins it. He's the oldest. And currently right now I'm the youngest, 49, but Aaron is 47, I think.
I don't remember.
He comes on. Yeah.
I know Vic's I think Vic's a year older than I am.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
why. That's why I swear I saw Mark. I was sitting there watching Wagon Train. I was like, "Holy shit, that's Mark!" I was like, "Who's that?"
Who was he
came
hanging out
riding
with?
up. He came riding up, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "That's Clint Eastwood." I was like, "What the fuck?"
He's hanging out with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, no, I know that isn't the case, Mark. I'm sorry. No disrespect, Mark. I promise you.
No worries.
Your contact in my phone says Sergeant Major. I promise you with all my heart, it says Sergeant Major. So
Love
It
it.
doesn't need to. It doesn't.
I've
need
never met you in my life, but I've spent enough time here talking with you that I have
Yep.
that much respect for you that
Thank you.
it says Sergeant Major.
Oh man. So Rick, now tell us what coast did you end up going to boot camp at?
So I enlisted out of Virginia. So I went to Paris Island. That's right. Middle of summer or beginning of summer. I spent the entire summer at Paris Island.
With the girls.
Soul.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, that shit again with the girls.
Can you like mute Mark?
You know, Mark,
you have a way to mute him?
Look at the girls.
You know, I've run your mountains, Mark. I did make the mistake of when I'd only been to Pendleton once, and it was after I was out off active duty and in the reserves, and we were tagged to go overseas, and we were the reserve battalion or company. I was like, well, this sucks. And we were going through doing a bunch of mount, and I'd done a ton of mount work on active duty with 1-6 out of Lejeune because I was a 1-6 Marine. Oh,
okay.
We were part back in the quote. Now I can say it like we're old. Back in the day, we were part of Special MAGTAF X, they called it, right? So Dragon Warrior was on the West Coast, and we were Urban Warrior on the East Coast. Anyway, I digress. I'm at Mount, and I'd never been to Pendleton before, and we're in the Mount town. And I guess Mount motherfucker is kind of off in the distance right there. Wasn't far.
No, the Reaper.
The Reaper. All right, and it's the one that does this, right?
Yeah.
And so we were hooched on the other side, and I remember we just got finished training, and I'm shooting the shit with like 2 gunnies, a staff sergeant, and a first sergeant. At the time, I was still a captain. Mid-level, a little cocky, and you know, I was running my suck. I knew I shouldn't have said shit. I'm running my suck about what I was like. That looks like that's a shitty mountain. I could run that. I bet you I could run that, and I forget whatever time. I said, I bet you I could do that shit in boots and utes.
Oh God, running it boots and utes.
And all of a sudden, like gunnies and first sergeants will do immediately. Hey, sir, we'll take that bet right now.
Drop your blouse and go.
I was like, exactly. I was like, oh fuck, because
one of those was probably Mark. One of those was probably Mark.
On the other side was where we were hooching, and there was a young sergeant there, and the guy looked like, I mean, I'm pretty lean. I was much leaner then. But there was this young kid, and he was like a rail. And he's like, hey, sir, I'll run it with you. And now I'm like, well, fuck me. I can't back out now. I'm still getting out of this. And even one of the guys was like, I'll drive the meat wagon, sir.
Have the corpsman ready with the thermometer.
Yeah. And so by this time, the whole company knows, right? Even my company commander. And I'm like, nice. Fuck. I'm like, Franco, quit running your mouth. This is how I get you all. So unblouse, you know, got my pack and all my shit, like because I think I originally said I was doing it in a flak jacket. Then I realized, no, hang on, guys. So I had all that shit packed up in the Humvee, and we hit our, you know, they were like, okay, we had one Marine go drive around to the very end where we were hooching. I think Gunny was in the, like he said, the meat wagon, and it was me and the sergeant, and it was go. I'm like, the whole company's watching this. And I'm an East Coast Marine. I ain't never humped a fucking mountain in my life other than when we went to Korea. Didn't quit long. It hurt. It hurt bad. We made. First of all, I made the time. I made the time, but afterwards I think I threw up twice afterwards, and I was wrecked for the rest of the day. But I had this sergeant in front of me. He's kicking ass, and I'm keeping up with him. And then I pass him, and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have passed him because now I can't slow down. Yeah. Lesson learned. It was a big lesson in humility. Never run your mouth in front of senior enlisted guys because they will call you out and take you up on it and make you eat those words in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But you won the bet.
I won the bet, but I was wrecked. I mean, when I say I was wrecked, I was done. Like, done for the day. I was like, there's no more training for you at the time. Captain Franco. Freaking, I'm going to lay on my Alice pad, on my pad, on my rack, and I'm not. So,
that's awesome.
Yes, but to answer your question, Mark, I was and Mike, I was East Coast Marine, Paris Island, 3065, Lima Company.
I was Paris Island. So
what battalion?
I was Paris
3rd
Island.
Battalion.
That's right. I knew I liked you for a reason. 3rd Battalion.
3104.
Huh?
3104.
3065. What year did you go in?
92.
Well, you went just before me. I went in 93. I went summer of 93. I think I was telling AJ this. So I was fortunate enough. I graduated honor grad from my battalion or from my company. Missed series honor man by 1 point on the fucking rifle range. But graduated, and my senior drill instructor, or the senior drill instructor was actually, I ran into him in 8th Marines, but at the time the heavy staff sergeant Hanau Heaton, Staff Sergeant Heaton, Martin, Staff Sergeant Martin. He was there. He ran. I mean, he ran me hard, rode me like a freaking rented mule to push me hard. Fast forward a couple of years, I decided to go to OCS, and I'm a salty Lance Corporal with a bunch of college kids, and I'm thinking I'm hard as nails, right? Hard as woodpecker lips.
That's right.
I mean, we're in the auditorium. Because they put all the college kids in the auditorium. You're in your what I call officer candidate uniform, khakis and a collared shirt. And day one, this is like day 0. And they march the drill instructors across the stage, right? Introducing each drill instructor for each company. And I look, and I was like, and so Staff Sergeant Martin, dark green Marine, and I was like, man, that guy looks a little familiar. But by that time, you know where this is going. Mustache had been grown. He was wearing the BCDs.
Yeah.
Right? Glasses. So I was like, no, not him. And then, they erupt just like they try and do at boot camp. Get off my bus. It's like, get out of my auditorium, run out. And so you're mobbing out. I run through the doors. I don't think I make it 3 steps. And I hear, Franco, stop. And I walk up. I was like, there's no way. I mean, in my mind is now quivering in the back of my head. And he, a drill instructor walks up, pushes the campaign cover up, gets on the side of my ear and goes, Franco, haven't you had enough of this shit already? It was So then for the next 6 weeks, once again, I was ridden like a rented, just like a rented mule. I couldn't lose a race. I could not lose a pugil stick competition because I was his Marine. There were no essays that would be written. I would be doing physical labor, push-ups. Yes, they don't make you do push-ups. They make you write essays, except for Candid Franco. Candid Franco push really hard. But at the end of it, he was the first Marine that I gave a salute to.
Oh, very cool.
So I've as far as I know, I'm one of the few guys to ever have the drill instructor twice.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's very unique for sure.
Boot camp and OCS. I just remember, haven't you had enough of this shit yet?
That should be in a movie. That's perfect.
But
Well,
he came to
Andrew, we had who was it from the 2nd Battalion? He went, got his commission, so he's over there in OCS, and then a bunch of his, peers earlier, drill instructors are over there to put him through OCS.
oh,
Oh, dang. Who was that? I didn't know about that.
I can't remember.
That's fun.
I can't remember which company he came from.
Was it
But,
Gomez?
No, I can't remember that. I can't remember her name, but no,
That's
it wasn't.
funny.
Wasn't Gomez. It was shit. I can't remember, but yeah, it was funny to hear about that.
How much fun would that be?
that happened to my
Just wearing
good
your buddy
of mine.
out. Oh,
His good buddy of mine, his dad. So his dad's passed away, but he was Major General Rollins, second MAR Div, and 2nd Marine Division, 2nd MEF. So he'd been a Vietnam recon Marine, and been a drill instructor, and then battlefield commission, and had to go to OCS. And the same thing. All the hats he had been at Paris Island with, his buddies as drill instructors, were now his.
yeah.
Same thing. Needless to say, back then, no, they didn't mess with him at all. He just went through the motion. I mean, they were his dream buddies.
Yeah, there's a book that is kind of like that a little bit. I wish I could remember the name of the book. Anyway, it's not real life. It's fiction. But anyways, something similar to that. I don't know why I said that. It's all good. Somebody been drinking bourbon tonight. I don't know who. Yeah. But this is great. So, Rick, thanks for coming on and doing this.
No, hey, man. AJ, guys, I've really enjoyed it, honestly. I enjoy being able to spend some time, meet new faces, new friends, and kind of, tell the story. Tell us what, let us talk about what we're about with Four Branches, and, really, and then listen to y'all's stories, right? And what you're doing, AJ, with the Lost Voice Project, that's huge, right? I mean, I remember when we were chatting before we got on here the other day when you're talking to Jen and I, like, I wish I had done that on the civilian side, like with my family.
Yeah.
Because some of those stories would be amazing. So, first of all, I salute you and applaud you and toast to you for what you're doing with everything, with the Lost Voices Project and Till Valhalla, also 2 very important projects that you're working on. So that means a lot to us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Cheers to you as well. I'll drink to that. Probably don't need to drink anymore, but that's okay. It's my podcast. I guess I can.
You can do what you want, brother. Absolutely.
And it's great bourbon. So everybody needs to go check them out. FourBranches.com. Go check them out. They are in the shelves in 7 states, correct?
7 states were on the shelves, and you can order online, 41 states. And then this Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday, we're running a sale. So I think it's 10% off.
I think I cut out.
No,
I'm going to assume that you.
No, we hear you.
Oh, you're good.
I assume you talked yourself up really good, because I cut out. So that's me. Sorry about
guys. I appreciate it. It's been a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, be sure and go check them out. Four Branches. You'll continue to see the commercials on my end. I'm gonna help push you guys. I think you guys are doing fantastic things. I'm honored to just be able to have you on here and talk to you. So thanks for doing it again.
Yeah. Hey, listeners out there, reach out to us. If we can help you, we will. Can't help everybody. We try to, but reach out, tell us your stories. We'll pick up the phone, or we'll pick up the email.
Absolutely. And they do respond. I can tell you that for sure. I know. But hey, Rick, whenever we close these things out, we always do what we call words of wisdom. So we go around and we let people say their words of wisdom for the night. Now, Mark always goes last because Mark has the humdingers. He's a sergeant major. He's going to have some humdingers. Right. But he goes last. But I'll do Mike and Jim first, and then go to you, if you don't mind, Rick. And then I always shotgun everybody with this, so you're not the only one I've done this to. It's a good time. I promise.
Sounds good.
All right. Words of wisdom. All right, Jim, you want to go first?
Sure, why not?
All right.
All right. When the country forgets where they came from, the country ceases to exist.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Good word. Jim's coming with the big guns tonight. All right,
Yep.
Mike, what do you got?
Well, I've got to say, 3rd Battalion, Paris Island, first of all.
I support that.
Hurrah. And then never confuse intelligence with education with intelligence. You can have a master's degree and still be a fucking idiot.
That's a true statement right there. Yeah. I might know one or two of those guys.
Yeah, I shouldn't have
We
said the
all
F
do.
word. I apologize. I shouldn't have said
I
that.
always mark this is for 18 years and up.
Yeah, I
Always
shouldn't
hit
have
that
said it.
button.
But
So don't worry
It's
about it.
okay.
it
Don't
felt
worry
appropriate
about
with the Paris Island 3rd Battalion thing.
That's right. I love it.
No, when you went through, it was appropriate. You're okay.
Because none of us have ever used that word.
Absolutely.
No.
Angels.
I was never called that. Mark never said it. Andrew never said it. There
Not
was never
once,
any
ever.
of that.
Never hear that filth coming out of my mouth. Everyone out there that knows me is like, yeah, okay. All right, Rick, what do you got for us?
It'll be in the lines of what we stand for, right? Especially being in the bourbon business. Look, don't drink to forget, sip to remember.
Man,
I
I love that. That is so freaking cool to me. So thanks for introducing me to that and all of us. So thanks again. Truly appreciate it. All right. We got the humdinger coming up. I need to do a special intro just for Mark and his humdingers. It'd be like, humdinger, 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 ho. But Mark, it's all you, man.
Okay, I'm gonna echo off of what Rick just said about drink to remember and the Four Branches Bourbon, saying drink honorably because you can't drown your troubles. Because if your troubles are real, they can swim.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good. That was deep. Yep. That's why you bring up the rear.
I like that one.
That's good. That's good.
You can take that for Four Branches.
I will.
Awesome. Well, again, Rick, thank you for coming on and doing this. I had a blast. I can't wait to have you on again to do your actual individual story. And hopefully we can get all of your compadres on, your co-founders at some point in time, maybe all of you at once, and you guys just tell stories and have a good time, and I just get to sit and listen. But we'll work something out in the near future.
We'd love to do that, man, especially now that we're all back in country.
Yeah. Very good. Very nice. It's good to be back. Everybody's back safe and sound. And now we can drink to remember. So that's awesome. All right. Well, with that, guys, thank you. I appreciate what you guys do coming on here, and I appreciate what you do, Rick. But for all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, you need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. I know Rick cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to a buddy you served with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, guys, one last time, thank you very much. Rick, don't hang up. Wait till after the outro, and I'll bring you back where we are now. But to everybody out there, stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. Honor the journey and finish the fight.